Hey everyone, I figured I would speed run a couple of quick objections people have or questions they have about Bitcoin that holds people back and keeps them from adopting Bitcoin. So the first, often when I run into somebody, the first, and I won't do these in order that I posted them in the description, but the first is they feel like they've missed the boat. They feel like they're late to the party. First of all, that is not the case. Only 3% of the world's population has adopted Bitcoin. And the total number of companies that have adopted Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset is something like 1%. And the total number of sovereign nations that have a strategic Bitcoin reserve is exactly 1, the United States, unless you count the Bitcoin that El Salvador has been purchasing, but they do not have their own central bank, for example. And the number of sovereign wealth funds, the number of family offices, we're just super early in the adoption cycle. So I posted an image from River that said, if I remember off the top of my head, we are the equivalent of internet, what was it? I think it was like internet usage in 1990 or online banking in 1996 or social media in 2005. Well, Facebook didn't even start till 2004. So if you were doing, if you were using the internet in 1990, or you were doing online banking in 1996, when most people had not even sent their first email, or you were deep in the world of social media, literally the year after Facebook started, when I don't think you could even use Facebook unless you were at a college or university. That's how early we are in Bitcoin. Bitcoin ultimately will be worth conservatively more than $1 million per coin, which whatever 1 million divided by 84 is, that's like, 13 times bigger than it is now, with people like Michael Saylor predicting much higher than that, prices of 13 million, at least 3 million a coin up to 13 million a coin, which is prices that are infinitely higher than that. What is that? 30, it's more than that. It's like 40x to 130, 150x where we are today. So we're still very early. So anybody who thinks they are late to the party or they missed the boat on Bitcoin, the question you have to ask yourself is, how many of your friends own Bitcoin and how much of their net worth is it? The fact that all of your friends have heard about Bitcoin is completely irrelevant. Everybody's heard of Bitcoin. What matters is how many of your friends own Bitcoin. Not whether they've heard about it, but how many own it and how much does it represent as a percentage of their net worth. In my case, of my liquid net worth, meaning the assets I could even invest in Bitcoin, even if I could, it's 99%. I am 99% Bitcoin of my liquid assets. But almost nobody in the world has that sort of exposure. Most people are not above 1% or 0.5% or 0.1%. So all of that adoption, all of that purchasing power that will be applied to Bitcoin will ultimately make the price of Bitcoin run way, way, way higher than it is today. All right, let's talk about volatility. Bitcoin is only volatile because it's early. It is a small ship in a huge ocean. It is a 1.3% of the world's money supply and less than 0.2% of the world's assets. So the price gets tossed around. And if you want to understand the price cycles, read Vijay Boyapati's book, The Bullish Case for Bitcoin. That book, again, is The Bullish Case for Bitcoin, bullish, B-U-L-L-I-S-H, for Bitcoin, by Vijay Boyapati. It will help you understand exactly why Bitcoin's price does exactly what it does. And once you understand it, it makes perfect sense. And then last year, other than volatility and missing the boat, is people are worried about, Bitcoin being outcompeted. So in the realm of monetary metals, nothing has outcompeted gold in 5,000 years. Gold was the scarcest monetary metal, and that had monetary properties, or the scarcest metal that had monetary properties. And nothing's going to outcompete gold in metal money. But we don't use metal money anymore. We use electronic money. And Bitcoin is the money of the digital age. And there has been 20 million different meme coins and knockoffs of Bitcoin and crazy coins and all of that. And still the value of Bitcoin, of the Bitcoin network, the total value inside of the Bitcoin network is about 2/3. It's about twice as big as all the other coins and tokens combined. I mean, Bitcoin is the 800-pound gorilla. Nothing's even close. Nothing's even ever been close. And once you understand how money works, you realize nothing will ever outcompete Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the highest security profile, the highest level of decentralization. It has the anonymous creator, where we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and they have not been involved for years. Bitcoin is 16 years old, 1/6. That is just, nothing is going to compete with Bitcoin for digital money. Now, in the future, if we're all laying in a vegetative state, communicating by brainwaves and, using holograms as money, well, who knows? Or in heaven one day, yeah, there's probably not money in heaven because there's no scarcity. But for probably the next few thousand years, which is the age where humans are using electronic money, in the old world we had analog money, which was gold, or, paper currencies in their form. Now we have digital money, and it's Bitcoin. And I don't see anything outcompeting Bitcoin for at least hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. So that's just not something you have to worry about. So all the things that people get hung up on for why they do not embrace Bitcoin are things that have a very good answer that just requires some effort to go find it. And if you have those questions, ask me. I know exactly what resources to point you to answer any question you could possibly have about Bitcoin that will that'll make you comfortable with embracing it the way so many other people have. So I'm here for anything you need. We're super early in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is super cheap at $84,000 per coin. And let me know if you need anything. It's crazy you can buy Bitcoin this cheap. And one day you won't be able to, and it'll be infinitely more expensive. So you can buy it now for cheap. You can buy it later for expensive. That is your choice. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.